Hello and welcome to Fantasy Access 2025. Here we are.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Back. Here we go.
Do you believe it? Football's here tonight.
Football time.
It's been a long
Football
time.
was here last week with the college ranks, but we know you don't pay
NFL fantasy football.
That's what this fantasy show is about.
No, should be.
It's true.
But anyway,
But we're back.
yeah.
Cam Sesluk, Tim Reinhart, Jared Colbert, your Fantasy Access team back in the seats, bringing you some fantasy advice for a good portion of the season.
We'll stick it out for a little
Yeah.
bit.
What's the over the over under number of episodes we do?
We lose a little
I
steam
think
around
we can-
Thanksgiving,
I think
but
we can reach double digits.
yeah,
I think we got double digits.
That's a good goal.
Yeah.
I think that's in us.
All right.
And I know our listeners will hang in with us that long. So
Okay.
Because I think I just want to begin off. We didn't film the end of last year's fantasy football season, but I'm in 3 leagues. I won 2 championships.
There we go.
So you want to know what this guy thinks about fantasy football?
I don't know
You
what
wanna-
you guys were up to last year. But
I had
I'm just trying to prove that we have some expertise on
plays.
this
I
panel.
hit the injury bug pretty hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, that all right. Let's start listening to
So we're not
Jared a
just
little bit.
spewing out of nothing here.
Yeah.
He's just taking this chance to show his feathers
Wanted
here.
to,
Exactly. If you can't spike the football,
Yeah.
when can you?
So yeah, we are a fantasy football show, bringing you all the action each week. We got a few different segments we go through, chop it up about what's going on in the league, some players to look for, things to look out for, just everything fantasy football. That's what we're here for. But for this week, we're going to start things off with a quick question that's not necessarily fantasy related, but just overall NFL related. I think we have done this pretty much annually, but what is our Super Bowl predictions for this year? This is a quick question for the day.
Super Bowl predictions.
Jared, do you have
I
this?
have mine ready. For my NFC team, I had them in the Super Bowl last year. They didn't quite do it. They came pretty close. I'm going with the Detroit Lions again. There's a juggernaut out there in the NFC, defending champions, but I think the Lions have a great defense that got absolutely decimated by injuries last year. And I think, with all those guys back, another year under Dan Campbell, progressing the culture, I think they will make it to the Super Bowl. However, I don't have them beating the AFC champions, the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
I think they are due for a championship with Lamar Jackson. And, another
Look at
year
that.
of
They are due.
Another year of John Harbaugh. That's the Baltimore coach?
yeah.
Yep.
John.
John.
John's in Baltimore.
Another year of him. Another year of Lamar Jackson. Derrick Henry proved to be a successful endeavor. And their defense also top notch.
I like it.
Okay. My worry on I loved the Lions were like my adopted team last year for a little bit, and my worry about them is that they lost both coordinators, and what's going to happen when those guys get replaced. So I want to root for the Lions. I like the story. I've liked them ever since they were on Hard Knocks a while ago. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go. I think it's hard to argue against the right now the Green Bay Packers.
Ooh, nice.
The addition of Micah Parsons. I'm also listening to this audiobook about like the Shanahan coaching tree. Learning some stuff about LaFleur. Think that offense is gonna take the next step, but they will be defeated by your Cincinnati Bengals.
Ooh.
Yeah, there it is. I think the Bengals is the year they actually get off to a not bad start. I'm not going to call it a hot start, but I don't think they're going to start like they did the last couple of years. And everyone seems healthy, and that's an offense that can put up 30-plus points any week.
Yeah. Wow. Love both you guys' takes. Jared, I liked yours so much that's exactly what I had written down.
Wow.
But I
It's almost
also,
like you guys work next to each other.
before I had Ravens, though, I had Bills down there and I crossed it out. So I might just say, I think the Bills have been trying to knock on that door, for a couple seasons now. I don't know if they have the right mix right now, but they've definitely got some players. You can't discount or can't count Josh Allen out. So,
Never.
I'd maybe see go Bills Lions
He's
just
the
to be
MVP of the league, I
a little
think.
different.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I mean, any of these good teams, you're going to want the fantasy players on them. So it is a little bit relevant. If you got Packers, Ravens, Bills, Lions, and Bengals, like you're going to have some fantasy producers. So, all right. Right into chopping it up. It's our segment where we just talk about kind of whatever's on the dock. Yeah, we chop it up. That's what we're here for. So we're gonna do a little rookies and a little flag planting on some of our favorite guys in our chop it up section. But so yeah, first things first, we've got quite a running backs class this year. I'll rattle off a couple, but I know we probably all have even more on our radar. But we got Ashton Genty, who is in on the Raiders, Omarion Hampton on the Chargers, Travion Henderson on the Patriots, RJ Harvey for the Broncos, Caleb Johnson for the Steelers, and Jared's favorite,
Bill.
Ja'Cory Merritt. What is it?
Merritt Krosky.
Merritt Krosky, yes.
Okay.
Who made a lot of noise in training camp this year for the Commanders. I don't know. He's fourth on the depth chart right now, so I wouldn't go too crazy.
Smith chart.
Well, how many of these guys are clearly rated even Travion Henderson's not one on the depth chart, right?
So I agree. I feel like the guys that you're gonna get consistent production week in, week out is Genty and Hampton, like leading their roles, I guess, leading their backfields. But after that, it's timeshares for a lot of them, which doesn't mean they don't outscore, their backfield mate.
It's the new
right,
fad
or eventually take over.
And maybe take over eventually. But yeah, do you agree that it's those two and that's pretty much it that are the 1As?
Yeah.
Yeah. Najee Harris is...
And the 2 first rounders, like that kind of makes sense as well.
They're drafted to play this year and be their team's like lead back.
Right.
And I think in fantasy they've been drafted that way. Genty obviously like back of the first, early second, and then Hampton was kind of like that round 3, right? 3-4 turn ish.
3.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
crept up with Najee's superficial eye injury.
Yeah.
That's kept him out.
Apparently he's going to play on Friday, but
in Brazil.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about Henderson? You like him?
Well, so one thing I try to pay attention to with running backs long term is how much what kind of mileage did they these college coaches will pound those guys in the ground because they have them for 2-3 years, and then goodbye. They don't
care.
mean anything. Exactly. Like, so they don't have to worry about long-term consequences. Like Genty had 750 carries over 3 years in college.
That's crazy.
Quinshon Junkins is not on this list, nor should he be. He's not
on an NFL team,
right
so.
now. But he also surpassed 700 carries in 3 years. They killed him at Ole Miss. Hampton a little bit less, 622. I think Henderson's in the 500s. He did have an injury his sophomore year, and they split time. Him and Junkins his senior year or junior year, I guess.
Yeah.
So like kept the carries down. I think he's going to be by far the freshest. He does have an injury history. I don't know usage yet. It
looks electric in what we've seen in preseason.
He's a walking, home run threat.
Yeah.
So, and if they're going to have him return kicks, are they going to do that? Is that
he did in preseason?
He did in preseason.
Yeah.
I assume you do
great
that.
success right away.
Yeah. I think that he will eventually. I don't know that he has the stature to take over like 20 to 25 carries a game. He's got stature, he's fine. But if they're going to put him in that position where he gets 20, 25 carries, I think he's going to get 15 to 20 at some as the year goes on, and you throw him a screen pass, and next thing you know, could be 80 yards later.
To me, he seems basically the whole backfield in New England kind of seems like if they could replicate what the Lions have done with David Montgomery and Gibbs, like Trayvon's your Gibbs and Ramondre's your Montgomery, and maybe that limits some of the touchdown upside, but he's going to break one, how many times?
If you were doing a fantasy draft right now, open, like, where would you draft Jahmyr Gibbs?
Yeah, he's first round.
Yeah, okay, so we'll take, that's fine.
Exactly.
Not a problem, right? And I assume that they're going to be not a ground and pound team necessarily, but a team that wants to run the football.
Balanced, yeah.
Still have a young quarterback, that's sort of been, what's his name, the coach, Vrabel's, like,
yeah.
I mean, look at that guy. I saw him out doing drills. He's going to play.
I'm excited for him.
Showing up bloody.
Yeah, he might be on the offensive line by the end of the year. I like him as the top back by the end of the season.
Yeah,
come out of that group.
And then Harvey and Caleb Johnson, kind of both in timeshares with not super. We like J.K. Dobbins last year, but he's had the injuries. He's a little bit older. Who knows? And then
he's going to push him for sure. But I think, Dobbins was given the he's given the job. He's listed as one on the depth chart. I think they're going to lean on him a little bit more than we maybe think. Yeah,
and then Jaylen Warren in Pittsburgh, he kind of is in the same spot as Dobbins, kind of proven. He was sharing with Najee, and he wasn't really that big back, but it seems like they like him. They paid him. So you've got kind of more questionable scenarios for Harvey and Johnson. And then Jared, what do you think about Bill? Is he worth it? Is it just all smoke from preseason, or?
I mean, they had Austin Eckler and Brian Robinson Jr. on their roster. There were two guys that played, a lot of snaps on a good offense, and throughout training camp, it was, this guy is really good, and they couldn't keep him off, and they shipped off Brian Robinson. They said, this guy is,
writings on the wall.
This guy is, extra, superfluous. We don't need him. They still have Eckler, who was it? Rodriguez got some carries last year, and then they felt Bill was good enough to keep around. Electric nickname, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't know where it comes from. It's awesome. I'm willing to take some shots on him. I have him in one league. I think I took him in the 8th or the 9th. So maybe, a little pricey. I took him before Eckler. Maybe that's a mistake. Maybe Eckler is still that guy. Yeah. They trusted him a lot. Maybe they shipped off Brian Robinson because they had felt like Eckler is a guy that could keep picking up the work. But I think it's worth a shot. Where there's smoke, there's fire. So even if, you could say, oh, it's just smoke during, training camp and preseason. But, maybe people are onto something when they're describing how electric he was.
You gotta take some upside and take a shot somewhere. So, Bill's
Austin Eckler, very good player, but he's in his 30s. It could very well be a slow transition. If by the end of the season, Bill's the guy, then that's worth it.
Yeah,
on that offense.
Those past 29, you never know when the running backs are going to slow down. It happens fast.
It's crazy. Yeah. All right, let's transition a little bit to some of the receivers. I can never say his name. McMillan.
Tetairoa
McMillan. Yeah. Well, McMillan. Yeah. With the Panthers, he looks like T-Mac. There you go. I like that. Looks like he's got a full-time role. They need him. They had their slot guy go down this week, Jalen Coker. So he's out, but McMillan looks like he's in line for a pretty hefty role. Then you got Travis Hunter, Jacksonville, alongside BTJ. I'm really excited for Igbuka in Tampa Bay.
You don't have to pronounce the G. It's silent.
Igbuka.
There's no G?
Well, there is a G, but it's like you don't say Egbuka.
What do you just say?
Just say Ibuka. Ibuka.
Ibuka.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
And then Matthew Golden.
Like a soft G. Like a soft G. A little pronunciation. It's not a hard G. You know that.
All right. I'm going to practice it.
He's on your team, so you should.
All right, yeah. And then Matthew Golden, who has gotten a little bit of traction in camp for the Packers. So, how do you guys feel about these receivers?
Everyone like screams about Travis Hunter's like athletic skills. I should know this. I haven't followed it. Is he gonna play defense?
He's listed as a
Sounds
backup
like
corner
he'll play a little defense.
and a starting wide
All right.
receiver.
So I think the more defense he plays, the less likely he is to have a major splash offensively. I think, I love Emeka Ibuka. He's already as far as like route running ability, NFL talent, wide receiver without having ever caught a pass. I've never been comfortable with the offense. Like I feel like it's feast or famine.
The Bucks?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So like you're running with Ibuka if you think that's going to be a hot offense. So I think those are, if I'm picking out of the four, it would be Emeka Ibuka, but I'd like to see what Travis Hunter does. Just because the athletic talent is there, but he also played against basically JV teams all college, so we'll see how that translates into the NFL.
True. Yeah. I'm with you on Ibuka.
We're working on it. We'll get there. It's a long season.
But I mean, I've watched camp videos, and the route running is there.
Yeah.
The explosiveness seems like him and Baker have got a good connection going, and then with the McMillan that's there and Godwin both out to start the season, the opportunity is really there. So, I'm expecting good things out of him the first couple of weeks, and then hopefully that's enough to solidify a role going forward when, like, Godwin comes back, who is definitely going to get targets in that offense. But, like you said, if it's a good offense, there should be enough to go around. Then Baker had a good year last year. So, so I like him. And Jared, do you have a favorite here to come alive, or even a deeper guy that's not on the list? I know you got a beat on a lot of them.
I think these are kind of the upper echelon guys. They're guys I like a little later. Jaden Higgins on the Texans seems to have a starting spot, but he's completely shadowed by Nico Collins, so that's kind of tough to break out. Whereas Ibuka, he'll be Mike Evans will be there across from him, but we've seen Tampa Bay offenses where Godwin goes on a hot streak for 5 games, and then later in the season it's Evans' turn. So it's
and they had that slot receiver, the shorter guy. I can't remember what his name was last year, 2 years ago, that I saw make a bunch of catches, and I can't think of the guy's name. Yeah. But go ahead. Sorry, I'm interrupting.
But just like it might not be a situation where, like Matthew Golden could buy such a muddied wide receiver room, but by the end of it, Matthew Golden could be the absolute number one in that room. Whereas Ibuka, I don't think can ever truly pull away. Like he'll have his moments, he'll have his streaks. Hopefully one of those streaks is weeks 14 through 17, the fantasy playoffs, and you're able to cash in on that. But kind of throughout the season, it might be tough to be like, oh, he's the guy for sure.
Yeah.
I do like his touchdown potential better than anyone. Baker Mayfield threw 40 touchdowns last year. That's probably not going to happen again. Yeah, but out of Bryce Young, Trevor Lawrence, I guess in Green Bay, Jordan Love could kind of have that kind of season, and Golden could benefit from it. But I think so. Actually, because of that, I'd say Ibuka and Golden, I kind of like the most. McMillan, I like a lot, but just doesn't have the touchdown potential. It seems.
Yeah. So that's kind of the outlook for rookies right now. And then there's always the surprise. I'm sure that'll hit, and we'll be like, this guy, no one saw that one coming. Right. Or one person will be like, oh, I knew it. Right. It's usually how it goes. But not a bad rookie class, and we're looking forward to see how those, everything translates onto the field. And then also in this section, we're going to look at just out of not just rookies, but all the players. We'll plant our flags on our favorites. So a QB, a running back, a wide receiver, and a tight end. So yeah, I don't know. What do you, Jared? You want to start for your
Yeah,
QB?
I'll start. I have my list. My quarterback, I've already planted my flag twice, and I have another draft tonight. We're drafting right before kickoff.
Oh,
There's a good chance that he's just my quarterback in all 3 leagues. It's for the Denver Broncos, Bo Nix, sophomore quarterback, but he's already like 27 or something.
yeah, he's 33 or something.
He came together last year for him.
But had a great rookie season. Broncos, good team. You kind of worry about fantasy-wise. They have an excellent defense. It's not going to be a Joe Burrow situation where they have to go out and score 40 every week. Mm-hmm. But their offense is good. They have a good head coach, some continuity there. I don't think they lost their offensive coordinator, and Sean Payton's still there, obviously. Continuity with their receivers. Bo Nix really started connecting with Courtland Sutton down the stretch. Mm-hmm. They still have him. They might have a better running back room to take some pressure off. And they added Evan Ingram as a tight end to just kind of
round it all out.
Right, complete that offense around Bo Nix. It seems like they got a hit on a competent quarterback, and I think it keeps going. And he has some legs.
Yeah.
Run the ball a bit.
That's a difference maker, especially in fantasy points, right?
Right.
I will plant I was always obsessed with him, and then became more obsessed with him when I watched the Netflix series Quarterback. Joe Burrow we're planting that flag firmly. The points, the yards, he's got his 2 receivers, just needs that offensive line to hold up. He seems to be healthy. The receivers are healthy. So if they are scoring 28, 30 points a game, he's throwing a couple touchdown passes a game, 300 yards. Like he had a lot of those games last year. And as far as like receiver quarterback chemistry, there probably isn't a better one than him and Jamar Chase. So I will continue to plant my flag with Joe Burrow.
Yeah, you gotta love Burrow. And my quarterback is our boy Justin Fields on the Jets. You gotta love his rushing upside, and I think he got a bad rap. The positions that he's been put in, from Chicago, and then even last year, like.
He was good last year.
He was good last year, but he just was with Russell Wilson. It's like, I don't know. I was mad about that.
Was he scoring fantasy points for you those first 5-6 games?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Because he runs the ball, which I like. For fantasy, it's helpful. And he scores like touchdowns, kind of like Josh Allen does when they're close to the, in the red zone. And I think he's an okay passer. Enough to, in the 9th round, get a quarterback and have him return value.
Hopefully they bring a little of that like Jared Goff magic from the guy who's the coordinator.
Yes, they have a new offensive coordinator. So yeah, we'll just picture Goff and Amon-Ra into Fields and
Garrett Wilson.
Yeah. Boom. So yeah, I'm rolling with Fields this year.
All right.
I
like that.
I knew you would.
Yeah,
you're a Fields guy.
This dream.
Yeah.
Your 2 loves. in one.
Together.
My running back, this might have been the guy I planted up my flag on last year. I don't remember if that was the case, but it's Kyren Williams.
Oh, you do love Kyren Williams.
I do love me some Kyren Williams. Haven't been able to get him on a roster yet this year, but I'm hoping tonight. But just in talking with you, preparing for fantasy drafts, I realized I was much higher on Kyren than
you're a Kyren guy,
and seemingly some other people. So, but it's assuming a healthy Matt Stafford, that might be a big assumption this year.
Yep.
But that offense should be good. And if there's one thing I know about the Rams, it's they love Kyren Williams so much that they gave him a 3-year, $33 million extension to keep him around. They keep drafting backups, but it doesn't matter. You need backups, so they're going to keep drafting guys, but then they're going to turn around and hand it to Kyren 300 times on the goal line.
Right. Yeah.
Which is where you want your running backs to be getting the ball. So, Kyren Williams.
All right.
We'll just keep scoring touchdowns.
I like it.
I'll stick with your Jets.
And
go with Breece Hall. Contract year. a renewed focus on running the ball, and they did just have their right guard go down for the year, but they should have that hole should be plugged. Shift some pieces around. It still should be a decent enough offensive line. They looks like they will do some sharing of the ball, like that Detroit mentality. But he is going to be the featured back. I see him getting 2/3 of the carries going over the course of the year. He's been a decent pretty good fantasy scorer, even when they were terrible with offensive coordinators who didn't graduate high school. So I think this is hopefully a better situation, and could see a lot of good fantasy value here there.
Nice. I like that. My running back, I'm going to dip back into the rookie pool here, and I'm going to go with Omarion Hampton. He's that young guy that they drafted in the first round to be the guy. He's in that Greg Roman offense that likes to run the ball. We saw J.K. Dobbins have a revival last year. I could see similar numbers coming Hampton's way, but he's not coming off an ACL tear and everything that Dobbins has been through. So I like that the youth there, and I feel like he could do some damage on that team, and they need him. And I'm not too worried that Najee's gonna, he was struggling in Pittsburgh, and they didn't pay him that much money or anything like that. So I think Hampton's got a shot to kind of run with it.
Okay. Yeah.
Wide receiver.
I almost went with Courtland Sutton to kind of go with Bo Nix. I think they're going to progress together this year, but I opted to go with a San Francisco wide receiver who managed to stay healthy throughout the preseason, which is a rare thing to do on that San Francisco team.
Yeah.
It's Ricky Pearsall.
Oh, yeah.
Ricky Pearsall, sophomore wide receiver, so kind of that natural progression. But even better in that he's not recovering from a gunshot wound to the chest this year. So he should have a much stronger start. And then last year he was behind Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel, and he's going to step out on the field and might be the wide receiver one. Juwan Jennings seems to be back from his preseason injury, but I think he's not the future. They gave him a bit of a bonus increase. He can earn up to $3 million more, but they haven't extended him. So Juwan Jennings is a free agent after this year, and I think the future seems to be Ricky Pearsall, and they're going to want to get that connection going.
Nice.
No better offensive schemer to get wide receivers the football in creative ways either,
right.
Or two. So I flirted with a couple options here, but I came back to my mainstay, and it's going to be Scary Terry McLaurin. Talk about continuity, same staff, same quarterback. Taking there next year, got his bag, as you like to
That's what they say.
So he's happy, and he had a huge year last year, and I don't think that was an anomaly. I'm telling you about him since your kitchen 5 years ago, and it was longer than that probably. And now he's finally got a stable quarterback, a stable coaching situation, and I think that's what the production you got last year is what you get from him when you have a good situation.
Yep, love that. And mine, I'm going to take the stack as well. I'm going Wilson.
Yeah.
I think he's going to lead the league in targets. There's not a whole lot of target competition there. Maybe the Mason, the rookie tight end, might help them out. And then they got who else there? Reynolds and Alan Lazard. Maybe it's Garrett Wilson's show.
It's tough.
He might see some tough coverage, but he's good enough to beat it. And I can see like a Fields DJ Moore.
I love where your head is at this.
Yeah, I'm with you. I knew you'd like it.
Really
I want the DJ Moore year that Fields
Been
had.
in his ear long enough. Finally rubbing off.
Making some sense here.
The year that DJ Moore had with Fields is what I'm hoping for Wilson. So I think that would be.
Hope that another option emerges that takes the double coverage away. I don't know who that is yet, but
Yeah, I mean they'll figure it out.
yeah,
Could even be Fields' legs if teams have to worry about him running.
yeah, right. So you have to
That could be enough.
devote somebody to that, right? You need to bring in a strong safety, have a linebacker. spy, something like that. But
Yeah. And I do also with the like we mentioned, the OC from the Lions is there, so I feel like they get a reliable scheme that they can work something
Yeah.
out, and they had been successful, so
I hope so.
I think they can put something together. And then lastly, tight ends. You get a
Tight
guy?
ends. I do have a guy. I was thinking about it for a while. In my drafts, I tend to like kind of the early guys. I took Trey McBride at the end of the second in my last 12-man draft. But you can't plant your flag on Trey McBride. He's
already
the
great.
consensus number 2, and
Right.
going in the second round. But then everyone kind of 8 through 32. Everyone kind of seems whatever. So I'm reaching a little deep here. It's Brenton Strange, for those who don't know, tight end for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Mm-hmm. No Evan Engram. He went to Denver, so Brenton Strange is the tight end 1 down there. And I think there's enough. You could obviously look at Brian Thomas Jr. was great last year. He was the obvious number 1. They bring in Travis Hunter. He should be the number 2. But I think Brenton Strange will be good enough in enough weeks that he's startable more weeks than not.
Yeah.
Even if he's not a weekly starting option, he should be a streaming option,
Yep.
which is way better than what he was last year. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to have a good year. They have Liam Cohen, who just led the Tampa Bay offense that led to 40 touchdowns over there in Tampa Bay. 40 passing touchdowns, I should say. So I think there's enough to go around that Brenton Strange can fall in the end zone enough times to be fantasy relevant.
Like it.
Before I give my can't wait for his picks so we can track the touchdown.
Yeah.
Over under again. That'd be.
Oh, we're definitely getting over 9 with this.
I just put a name on everyone's radar. Cade Stover. He's going to take over the tight end job in Houston by the end of the year, but I'm not planting my flag there. I'm going to plant my flag with rookie Colston Loveland, who is going to have a big year because I don't believe that Caleb Williams can throw to anybody but the tight end. And you know that's going to be a focus of the offense with Ben Johnson being there now. He loved the tight end, loved using the tight end, would use double tight end sets a lot. So even though he's listed as 2 on the depth chart now behind Cole Kmet, I think Cole Kmet had a bit of a down year last year. This guy's a rookie. He had a real good college career at Michigan, and I think that offense thrives on utilizing the tight end. So go for him.
I like it.
10th overall pick, by the way.
Yeah.
We're talking about all these wide receivers taken in the second round.
Yeah, there's no joke there. Yeah.
Oh,
they
yeah,
wanted
yeah.
him.
Yeah, he's serious. My tight end, I'm going to go with David Njoku of the Browns. I don't love
Got
their
his quarterback
offense,
back.
but he got his quarterback back with, what's his name? Joe Flacco. And really, I kind of see him as like one of the top options in the passing attack. I mean, you got Jerry Jeudy. You could say he's 1, but like Njoku's 1B then. So I feel like he's one of their top pass catchers, and especially in the red zone. Down the stretch last year, he got a lot of targets with Flacco, and I feel like he's going to just be consistent. That's kind of what you need out of a tight end, and I see the touchdown upside there most weeks.
Do you believe in the Flacco?
I believe in that. Yeah, him and I don't know that they're going to like dominate, but when
then
they
he's
get
gonna
in
be
the red
quarterback
zone,
for the whole.
even if he's not, I still feel like Njoku's got the red zone prowess
Yeah,
to
big
like
body,
score, and
stand
on
up
that
for
team,
him.
like that's who you're going to look for in the end zone.
Yeah.
And I kind of do believe that for the whole year. So I think it'll start maybe a little bit hotter just because of that connection. But if somebody else takes over, that could impact it a little bit. But the touchdown upside's still there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that's
All right.
properly chopped, I would say.
Yeah, we chopped that up.
All right. We're going to do a quick couple hot takes, and then we'll get into our games that we like to pick. But hot takes, just random things that I guess we believe in the season, whether it's fantasy or NFL wise. But yeah, and it's okay if they're kind of crazy because
That's
it's a
the
hot
point
take.
of the
Yeah.
hot take, right?
yeah,
Well, I texted you mine the other day. Do you remember what I texted you?
Kyle I can't say his Manungai.
Kyle Manungai. He's battling, I believe it was an undisclosed injury that kind of kept him limited in training camp. 7th round pick out of Rutgers University by the Chicago Bears. So again, a offense we know is going to utilize multiple backs, and we've seen backs go from like 7th round or undrafted to being major contributors in year one. Pull up some videos of this guy running the football. He's a beast. Like he's a big, strong, and he's not gonna wow you in the 40, but he's got some agile moves for a big fella running through the line. I see him being used in goal line packages, score touchdowns, but also if there's an offense that creatively figures out how to use running backs, Ben Johnson's probably your guy. Again, I don't think they're going to be throwing the ball down the field a whole lot with the quarterback. So that is I'm not a believer. So run the football, Kyle Manungai. Yeah, there you go.
That's a fun one to say.
That, yeah, Kyle Manungai. All right.
Nice. I like it. Jared, you got one?
Yeah, I'll go with my first one here, more NFL related. But my hot take is the Chiefs don't win the AFC West.
Yeah,
I think
not a single Chief has been mentioned so far on this.
We are off.
The Chiefs have entered their great for the NFL, but bad for fantasy era. Tom Brady had a bunch of seasons like that where Tom Brady himself wasn't good, and none of his receivers were good, and none of the running backs were good, and then they'd win the division and make it to the AFC Championship. Yeah. So they're entering. They've entered
that phase.
They've entered that phase for the past couple years. But I think the competition in the AFC West has heated up, and I think they're on the hot seat. I think it's time for either the Broncos or the Chargers to take over the AFC West.
I like that. I got a division winner as well. I think the Falcons are going to win that division.
I think that's a good take.
Yeah,
I think that's.
Yeah, I mean, you got to love Bijan. They got Drake London. Maybe Kyle Pitts has a better year, but I really think that Michael Penix got to play a little bit last year, but he sat behind Kirk Cousins for a while, and I think he's a good quarterback that's now ready and got a lot of weapons to utilize. And I think he could have a great year, kind of part of this take, but that the Falcons and Michael Penix have a great year, and all those options are fantasy relevant, and they end up winning their division.
I think that's
maybe it's not that spicy. But
no, I think it's a good hot take.
I think it's a little hot. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a hot take.
All right.
My division one is maybe not quite that hot, based on the fact they were a playoff team last year, but it's going to be the Washington Commanders who win the NFC East. And it's going to finish. This is the hot take. It's going to finish Washington, Philadelphia, New York, Dallas, last place, and maybe weirdly enough, I can't believe I'm saying this because Russell Wilson's the quarterback and Clap Dart is the backup. That they might sneak into the playoffs. You might get 3 playoff teams from that division. You might.
And not one of them is the Dallas Cowboys.
Not one of them is the Dallas Cowboys.
Dang.
Hot take. That is hot.
I like it.
They get 2. They'll get 2 in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And so is that the take? They'll get at least 2 in the playoffs, and Dallas is in last place.
Okay. Wow.
That's I like that.
I'm going to smoke tonight.
All right, I'll go with my second one. I think I'm turning it up a little bit here. I think Trevor Lawrence throws for more than 4,500 passing yards.
That's a hot take.
This year. He hasn't done it in his career yet. He only played 10 games last year. But I think it's the new offensive coordinator, or the new head coach, Liam Cohen. And I think he has 2 wide receivers. So people will point to last year and be like, oh, but BTJ was only good when Mac Jones was on the field. Well, yeah, Mac Jones was on the field when BTJ had played in the NFL a little bit and
Yeah.
he got a little bit better
Right.
and things started to work out. And I think so now that BTJ sophomore season, he'll be a great option for Lawrence. You have Travis Hunter across from him. You have two guys who just
Bretton Strange.
Brenton Strange. You have
Don't
two
forget
guys
about him.
who just love to get open.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence is going to have he might do bad because he has too many people open. He's gonna check all his options and be like, I don't know which one's
I like
better,
it.
like a wide open Travis Hunter or a wide open BTJ. So
Pick up
I
Trevor
think,
Lawrence, I
And
guess.
it's about time for him. It's now or never. I mean, I
Right.
guess
Well,
gets paid,
he has a
but,
few more years left because they owe him a lot of money
they
regardless.
They committed to him, but he's got a.
Yeah.
He's
he
got the
hasn't quite
weapons
lived
now.
up to the potential.
Right.
And he's got everything.
He's
he
also
needs.
had some like bad coaching, like carousel
Yeah.
stuff, and
Yeah.
from the Urban Meyer debacle to
yeah.
whoever the clown was, that
Peterson. Yeah.
you know, like it's just been, merry-go-round of coaches.
Yeah.
It's banking a lot on a first-time head coach, but I think no matter what, I think his two receiving options are going to be incredible for him.
I like it. I don't know how hot this is, depending on what the odds are, but Joe Burrow MVP.
This has literally been your best show in 5 or 6 years of doing
Well, I didn't pick them for the Super Bowl because I don't know if their defense can get
Yeah,
them there.
right.
But I feel like because of that, they're just going to be chucking the ball constantly. He's
If
healthy.
They made the playoffs last year. Joe Burrow was going to win the MVP. Like that's
Yeah. I feel like
he willed them.
yeah. And they had so many unlucky things like happen last year that just didn't go their way, and it was
Patriots beat him in Week 1. That's
like it was crazy. So I think this year he's going to put it all together, and he's got everything he needs to be the MVP.
All right.
A little bit spicy, not that spicy.
All right. My last one I already said was that the Patriots head coach is going to play offensive line. No, though he should. My last one, another Division I, Minnesota Vikings will not make the playoffs this year. They will finish third or perhaps even fourth in that division. Dang. Not going to make it.
Wow.
They go from, what were they, 13-4?
They won 14 games?
14-3?
Something like that.
They effectively have a rookie quarterback right now that, yes, did get to sit for a year, but he didn't get to practice.
True.
So I think we got a pretty big step back. What'd they do?
14-3.
Yeah.
And finished second in the division.
Yeah. You're right with the Lions.
Yeah.
But, I mean, look at this division. They could
a tough one.
conceivably lose both Lions games, both Packers games, split with the Bears. You're in trouble.
Yep.
Dang. Well, mine is also a Vikings take, but that Jordan Mason will crack the top 12. He'll take over Aaron Jones, and he will be a back-end RB1.
Okay. Sure.
It's a little spicy.
Yeah, a little spicy.
Aaron Jones is a good running back.
Yeah, he is, but
Yeah.
Jordan Mason is my boy.
What, 28, 29, Aaron Jones? Like,
Yep.
he's getting up there.
And he is getting up there.
So,
Sorry, it's Vikings
All right.
related, so I jumped in.
No,
you
yeah,
know.
jump in.
Right.
I get it. Well, I do want to check on Aaron Jones. He is 30.
30. Yeah,
30.
young,
See?
so
That's where they fall off.
Yeah, it's true.
It happens. Happens to everybody.
My last hot take by the end of the year, or actually, the cumulative stats, Jalen Waddle will have been a better fantasy wide receiver than Tyreek Hill, his own teammate.
Changing of the
I
guard.
think
that's
I
tough team right now.
it's time. Right. On one hand, they could both be just terrible. If Tua goes down, week 3.
Yeah.
Zach Wilson, the backup.
Oh, God.
Better than whoever. They had some no-name schlub as their backup last year. Threw him out there for the half of the Bills game and then went, we actually don't have a backup. This guy is terrible.
Yeah.
But it is tough out there in Miami. But I think Tyreek Hill, because Tyreek Hill's 31, and that's it's not the running back position. That's the end of the world.
Yeah.
But that is old in
The way
NFL
he
terms.
plays,
and the way and also Tua came back. And he was still not good.
No.
He did not have a great week, really, at all.
He got angry and stuff. He got upset. He became the diva.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you compare that to a guy like Devontae Adams, who is 32, switching teams, but Devontae Adams should have better quarterback play. But Devontae Adams finished last year way stronger, and you look at his end of the year and go, I can see how he can continue to do it.
Right.
Whereas you look at the end of Tyreek Hill's year, and you're not sure if there's just some kind of magic turnaround. Whereas Jalen Waddle is still that good, does kind of need to be productive there.
Yeah.
But I think by the end of the year, Waddle will have a
Waddle's the
higher
best.
finish than Tyreek Hill.
I like it. So some good takes out of us. To do with those what you will, but that's what we're calling our shots now. All right, we'll get into our pick'em. Talk about some of these games. Football's finally here tonight. We have our Thursday night game, Cowboys versus the Eagles. I'm excited to watch some football.
Oh, can't wait.
Been a long time. NFL football.
NFL football. Yeah. There's also a pennant race going on. Like, Cam, come on. There's a lot of stuff happening.
That's neither here nor there. So yeah, do we have a line on this game or?
It was 9 last I looked. Let's pull up the appropriate app for that.
Cowboys got
8.5.
8.5. Cowboys got
Cowboys.
Pickens now. They got the two wide receivers, CD and Pickens.
Banner
Javonte.
day.
Oh, yeah.
Philadelphia.
Some stuff.
Oh wait,
Philly's team's pretty much
my
the
one
same.
job on the podcast is to keep track of this stuff.
Fresh slate. We
Yeah.
have no idea how we finished
right.
last year, but
How many games are we going to keep track, or how many weeks are we going to keep track of this?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, so we got 8.5. We'll call it 8.5 right now.
Yeah.
What do you got, Jared?
I agree with your take earlier. The Cowboys are going to get smoked. It's not their year. It's defending champion Eagles. They kept pretty much every single piece, and they are that good.
They are good.
And the Cowboys aren't.
Eagles are good.
Yeah.
But hey, they're going to stop the run a little bit more. So
Who is?
the Cowboys.
Cowboys.
That's why they traded Micah Parsons.
right. Oh,
not
yes,
not
that's-
any other
yeah.
reason. They
He was
wanted
too
it.
good.
Yeah.
Right.
Micah Parsons not a good run stop.
I think this is not the Cowboys' year. Eagles.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Cowboys with. I drafted CeeDee Lamb first in one of my leagues. So he's gonna get 30 fantasy points and get it within 8 points of our spread here.
Okay.
Another year of Cooper DeJean.
Yeah. All right. So then we got the Patriots are home against the Raiders. Patriots are 2.5-point favorites against the Geno Smith-led Raiders. I guess I pick first now. We go, right? That's how we
Sure,
do it?
yeah.
I will. Opening day at New England. I'm inclined to take New England there, but I think the quarterback coach combo of Geno Smith and what's his name? Unbelievable Geno Smith. Pete Carroll. Yeah, sorry. Is going to be just a little bit more advanced right now than where New England is. So I think New England's going to be fine over the course of the year, but I'll take the Raiders.
If the Pats are gonna win 8, this is one of the ones they gotta win. So
Are they going to win 8?
Yep.
Okay.
So I gotta take the Patriots.
Something in the air. And I think it's Pat's football being back. I'm taking the Patriots.
Okay.
I love that I can, with some semblance of confidence, take the Patriots again.
Okay. All right.
go.
Cam, you've got Jets hosting the Steelers. The Steelers are road favorites at -2.5 points.
This is good football. You've got the Jets' old quarterback playing for Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh old quarterback
When's the
playing for the
last time
Jets.
that happened?
I don't know. Opening day.
Which revenge game takes over the other's revenge game?
And obviously it's going to be Justin Fields and Garrett Wilson dominating that Pittsburgh defense.
That's
probably
silly
ranked
Pittsburgh
third.
defense.
I mean, they've got a couple pieces in there.
A couple pieces, but they'll be
could
fine.
cause trouble, but yeah,
Justin Fields is used to playing against them. He knows all their weeknesses. He's gonna,
That's true.
He's
You wanna
gonna-
get them, as a
or they
scout
know
team from
his.
last year. What do you got?
Go Jets. Yeah, let's
Jets plus the 2.5.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll take some points too.
Sure. Jared?
I also love that I get to pick against the Jets again. I'm going with the Steelers.
You just love it being back. All right, I'm going to give you a couple of stats. All right, ready?
Ready?
Okay. And Aaron Rodgers' last 4 opening day starts, how many wins do you think he has?
Well, he broke his.
He started the game, though.
Yeah.
He did start
so
the game.
I don't
Several
think they
snaps.
won that one. I have none. 0. I don't know.
I'll give him 1.
1. Guess which game it was?
The one that he broke his.
The one where he snapped his Achilles, played 4 snaps. So he's 1-3 over his last 4 opening. He didn't play at all during the preseason. What receiver does he not have on the team?
Devontae Adams.
You know what his passer
Jordy
rating
Nelson.
is? When he has Devontae Adams, his passer rating is over 100. When he doesn't, it's the low 90s. He becomes effectively a pedestrian passer at this point.
Yeah.
So give me the Jets.
Boom.
And we got like Justin Fields, right?
Yeah, let's
we
go.
gotta ride with that. So
You can't plant your flag on him and then
yeah, you
No,
can't,
absolutely
you can't do
not.
that.
I'm expecting a blowout.
Yeah, exactly. Not even close. All right, then we pick our own, like our wild card
yes.
game. So what do you, Jared? You go first.
kind of forgot about that. Let me briefly peruse here. I'm gonna go with a bit of a. There's a big spread in this game, but I like them too much. Speaking of planting our flags,
Yeah, you planted your flag. I know exactly where you're. I'm just gonna write it down right now.
Yep,
Am I right?
I can't remember.
Denver.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
You wrote everyone's nicknames. This is the first time you wrote the city, so I was.
Oh yeah, I did. You're right. How about
I was
that? It's
searching
weird.
for Broncos.
Yeah.
But yes, Broncos. What do you have them at?
-9.
-9. Yeah, I think the Titans. They might be fine by the end of it all. They got some fantasy pieces in there for sure. But Cam Ward's first game on the road
right,
at Mile High Stadium
Yeah.
against that Denver defense.
This has survivor pick
It's
written all
going to be
over.
more than 9.
Yeah.
It is my survivor pick.
Okay.
I
Excellent.
also believe in that spread.
And all right, yeah, I'm with you on that one. But I got to pick my own, and that's speaking of, we planted our flags. I'm gonna plant it. Cincinnati goes on the road and they dominate Cleveland. So Cincinnati, they're minus. There, I wrote the city again.
Oh, there you go.
-5. I'm gonna take them by a touchdown or more over Cleveland.
And I'm going to take the Brazil game.
Oh, all right.
What's the spread on
So
it?
you got Kansas City technically at Los Angeles, and Kansas City is a 3-point favorite on the neutral field in Brazil.
And I'm going to take the Chargers.
I think that's a good pick.
Boom.
All right. Okay. Wow.
Pretty good. We did it.
Picks.
Who's going to win the AL East, Cam?
Oh, man. Who's in it? Are we in the playoffs?
Who's in it?
Are we in the playoffs?
Who's
Or
we
you
know?
mean,
Are you?
have the playoffs started yet?
Oh, are we? No.
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 All right, we got some time. The
in
Red Sox are going to win
October.
it.
What are they? I didn't see if Toronto won last night, so I know they were 2.5 back. Both the Yankees and
it was
Red
more
Sox
than
were
2.
2.5 back. That might.
How about that
MLB
Sox?
upset.
Now both teams are 3.5 back.
3.5 back. So it's Blue Jays, then Yankees and Red Sox are 3.5 back, and then the other Rays and the Orioles.
So I haven't seen a lot of baseball, but how about Devers, huh? What a good move to get rid of him.
Yeah.
He
Take
was
out
trouble.
You take out the. I mean, it doesn't matter how good you are. You take out the clubhouse problem,
Yeah.
and the team will play better.
It's crazy.
Although I think the Giants are winning a lot right now. The team he went to, but good trade for
Right.
everybody.
But they've had problems with him there.
Yeah,
You know?
he's been. I think
They've started turning.
Yeah,
they're 9-1 in
the
the
last
past
10.
10.
I think they're sniffing
So
on a
they
playoff
Flipped a switch.
thing, right? I want
If
to
I
say.
can get
Maybe he's
the,
falling in line.
Oh, all right. I got the app.
get
up
the
now.
wild card at least.
They're 4 out. I mean, it's not insurmountable with a month left. All right, so let me show you the standings, and you got to pick who's going to win.
Yeah, the Sox are going to win.
The Sox are going to win.
Yeah.
Okay. I think Toronto holds on. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the
baseball take.
segment of the week.
When do the playoffs start?
October.
Okay.
So we'll go all the way to the
Got
end of
a month
September,
there.
and then go to October. Do you have a favorite Red Sox player right now?
I like the new the ace, the pitcher. I forget his name.
Garrett Crochet.
Garrett Crochet. Yes.
Yeah, I went to a game that he pitched, and he was unbelievable.
Yeah, he's good.
Through a complete game. I think it was the one hitter. Right before the All-Star break, just dominant.
I think he pitched the other night when he let up like 3 home runs,
Yes.
and they came back against the other team came back,
Yeah.
and then we hit a walk-off. Is that how?
Well, it wasn't a walk-off. It was a 4-run top of the 8th.
So he let up a bunch of
bottom
runs,
of
and
the
then
eighth.
we got them all
Yeah.
back.
Oh,
and
okay.
I was like, nice.
And the Red Sox won.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little dicey there, but
Yeah.
Who do you got? Favorite Red Sox player right now?
Favorite?
Yeah.
A lot of... I'm loving the young guys.
Wong. What were the guys? Is that his name?
I'm not a Connor Wong.
Connor Wong. Colton Wong's the other.
Durant's pretty good. I like him.
I do love me some Jaron Duran.
Yeah, he's all right. Thought they would trade him, but they kept him.
I kept him. I'm a sucker for Tristan Casas, even though he's injured and might not be a Red Sox for much longer if they feel they can go a different direction at first base. But yeah, Duran.
Okay. Yeah, Duran's exciting.
Rafaela, love me a good defensive.
He's the guy that plays center field, infield,
in second, and
Plays
whatever.
kind of
And that
Swiss Army
Roman
knife.
Anthony.
Roman Anthony
He's
just got
doing
hurt.
pretty good. Oh, did
He's
he?
probably out for the rest of the season.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, might be back for the playoffs.
Back for game 1 of the ACLS.
Is that
ALCS. That's the timeline they.
Oh, really?
So
Nice. They
Strained
got to make it
oblique,
there.
those
Yeah.
things.
Ugh.
Yeah. I'll go. I'll go Rafaela. Sure. Why not? Yeah, he seems fun guy, fun player. I went to a game earlier this year where he had a walk-off hit. It was cool. So, yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Week 1.
that was our standard MLB segment at the end of
you
the
got to do it.
Fantasy Access
I'm
show.
paying a little bit more attention on Twitter.
We'll revive the game. Baseball player, country music artist,
Yeah.
not a real person.
Exactly.
Those are my favorite.
I'll ace that. I'm sure.
Taylor Swift song, college football mascot.
Oh, God. So, obviously, lots of fun out of the Fantasy Access crew here. So, we'll be back next week. Enjoy your football. Good luck this weekend. Hopefully, your lineups come through for you, and we'll see you next week.
There we go.